Hello, everybody. It's Max with Crypto Talk Now. I want to say salamat to Manila Will. He did a very good job of providing a particular clip in regards to some drone footage in Japan. Basically, in the night sky, they had some fireworks going off and so on. And I basically saw this a few hours ago, and I said to myself, when I get back, I need to do a Jasmy video and get this out there to more people who might not be following myself, him, and other people on crypto Twitter. So check this out. This is really cool stuff, and it's just like you see right here. And if anything, I'm gonna blow this up. I'm gonna start off with the pictures first, and as you can see, a lot of this is in Japanese and so on. But I mean, this was over that particular stadium that we featured before in previous videos, but it gets to the good point. No pun intended, right? There's Bitpoint. And of course, we'll jump into some of that news from the past to give you a better idea of how this all makes sense in the present. But look at that. Yeah, Jasmy. Not too shabby, right? All right, I'm going to play this particular video again for you guys. Again, shout out to Manila Will. If you have Twitter, definitely give him a follow. He does really good coverage, keeps up with Jasmy quite often. I actually was cleaning house on my Twitter, so I had to go ahead and re-follow him again. But yeah, give him a follow. It says, full Jasmy drone show since you missed it, boss. Video is sped up for the effect, which it is, but I mean, he gets right to the point. Look out for the genius QR information at 126. Thank you, Bitpoint, and go Jasmy. And I'm going to go ahead and full screen this just to kind of give some emphasis on the actual video. I'll come back in the frame in just a moment. But pretty cool stuff to actually see this. And we're going to go ahead and play this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so super cool to see that. And again, shout out to Manila Will for providing it. I know some other people who also basically retweeted it and so on. I want to jump more into this whole thing with Bitpoint to give you guys a broader perspective, if you will, of why this is significant and so on, why this was basically, showcased in regards to Jasmy, right? So a while back, Jasmy had this particular post on October 26th of 2021. And, during that time, that's when I first heard about Jasmy. I saw that KuCoin staking I believe they were at 50% APY at that particular time and so on. But, again, here it is from Medium. And there's this announcement, of course, really nice picture, Jasmy on Bitpoint, historical monument for Jasmy and Japanese crypto exchange. And it gets into this and so on. But, one of the key takeaways is like what it says right here, right? Japan has the world's most progressive regulatory climate for cryptocurrencies. As we know, they just blanketed everything when it came to, the banning of foreign stable coins and so on. But check this out. After 2020, only 9 new tokens, like it mentions, have been approved to be listed in the whitelist. And the reason why this is important is because this is where people have given Jasmy that particular title of the Bitcoin of Japan, because all it basically means is it was the first of its kind for Japan. Kind of like similar to here in the United States, Bitcoin was our original first, right? And of course, there's Ethereum and then Litecoin. Those were like the big three for the longest time in 2010 and so on. But like you see right here, also it mentions those tokens were basically issued firstly overseas. It is basically the first time for Japanese domestic token to be approved to be listed in the whitelist. We understand that other things happened over the course of 2022 and so on to cause all this regulation, if you will, when it comes to Japan. But it's a big thing that happened basically back then, right? And if anything, I was able to connect the dots, if you will, when it came to just that and why it was significant. Now, I also want to announce this real quick, right? And that is, there's a particular AMA that's going to happen on March 21st, and it's going to be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a 2-part AMA, and it's also going to be on their particular Discord. If you have Discord, you can join this. It says part 1 will answer top voted questions. Part 2 will feature an unfiltered convo with Jasmy, OGs, and even the CEO, Hara, as we know, is also the CFO. So there's that particular info. And on top of that, what I want to show you guys, this is a little bit more. This is kind of like a brief, small update in regards to Jasmy. It says, don't look now, but I personally think Japan is going to be a big player in crypto for years to come. Again, shout out to the H-bar movement. We're following each other. He has great tweets. And look what it also says. It says, many will be ticked off that they did not buy more Jasmy. I don't want to be that person. Neither do I. That's why I'm not going to sit on the sidelines, right? So, anyway, he says, so that is why he's adding what he can afford to his position in the sleeper, not financial advice. It was very tempting even for me, when we had that big pullback back until like, was it 921 billion overall crypto market cap. I think basically we saw Jasmy maybe touch the 0.003s, if you will. But yeah, he's right, sleeper, not financial advice. Now the reason I want to show you guys this, it's this particular picture, and I get it. Anybody could technically take a picture and so on, but not that I want to put a lot of emphasis on the FUDders, because they will always FUD Jasmy. There's FUD everywhere, right? But I remember FUDders basically mentioned a while back, I never saw any actual footage from, the offices of Jasmy. We never seen any pictures and so on. Well, there you go. Now I'll tell you what. I have a friend who actually takes trips to Japan every so often. And by George, if he ever is in this particular area, let's see if he could do me a favor and actually go down there in person. But again, don't quote me on that. I'm going to see what I can work out in the future. Not in the near future, but I'm definitely thinking about it. It's on my little back burner, if you will. So anyway, there's that. And a little more of regards to a Jasmy update, because I didn't want to just be like the drone footage, even though that was super cool. I want to give a shout out to Kerr Finance, great content creator, always, good with the Jasmy updates and so on. A lot of you guys follow him, and rightfully so. We follow each other. So he says, Jasmy is 99% buy. 99% buy. Think about that particular ratio. I remember when it was such a big deal back in most of late or mid to late 2021 with Shiba Inu, especially when SHIB went to all-time highs, right? When it was basically like 75 to 80% buy, right? And then even with Quant, you guys know I cover Quant a lot, right? That had a really high ratio, I think, of 90-10. Check out Jasmy, 99% buy, yet number 64 in popularity. Just like he says, imagine where it will be when we make it to the top 20 or even the top 10. Now, that's a little stretch with the top 10. I mean, you got to keep in mind there's some big players there. But, hey, sign me up. I'm on board for it. I would say, rah, rah, rah when it comes to this. But I'm going to blow this up. Check out some of these stats. So, market cap, as we know, has changed, of course, a little bit since, March 8th. If I'm not mistaken, aren't we like March 13th? Okay, that was March 12th. But, yeah, $252.8 million market cap. That's what it was then. I mean, it's a little bit different now. But some of these statistics are really something else. I mean, still, if you don't know, the circulating supply, 95% of it is out. It's supposed to be like 100% by the end of the year, as we also know, like our producer reported, Q4 2023, Jasmy becomes 100% deflationary, right? And so you combine, I should restate this, 100% of circulating supply is out there, and then, of course, becomes deflationary. But those are very bullish things at this time that we're in. I did that bull run thesis part 6. If you haven't seen it, it talks about the accumulation phase that we're in. So I'm going to wrap up this particular video up here in a bit, but look at that trading activity, 99% buy, only 1% sell. Very, very bullish. Why do people want to buy this and hold on to it? Well, think about it. It's one of the most attractive risk to reward ratios out there. People want to take a chance at this. And on top of that, seeing some of these things, I mean, come on. Fireworks show over stadium with Jasmy, literally says Jasmy. Some people may be like, well, anybody could do that. No, I don't think that's the case, to be honest. I think there's a lot more to it than just that. And of course, in our particular outlines, also as well as Curve Finance, there's a lot of the content creators that cover Jasmy. You're going to see more and more often how this thing doesn't seem to be, as the flooders would say, a scam, right? Understand the difference between cycles, understand the positions of certain governments at the time, understand, there's a different time that we're in when it comes to Jasmy, right? So this is basically close to rock bottom for Jasmy. And if anything, I think that's the main key thing. Another thing I want to mention real quick before we get into it, this is a different video. This is a little taste of what's to come in regards to that. But check out this right here from CMC. You do see 0.0052. I mean, I came in at basically, I think, 6.3. I also bought into it again at roughly these particular price levels. But here's the main thing, that volume, right? So we do have a confirmed market cap of 248 million. Right, this is sitting at a rank of 135, but I just think it's a matter of time before this is also in the top 100. Here at CMC, we cover quite a few of the top 100, right? XDC, obviously XRP, XLM, Quant, and a few others, right? HBAR. But my point is this, the volume, 110% up. And that's pretty big, right? So the other day, we saw this basically down to like, the fours, right? I think on a 7-day chart, it might even be okay, I thought I hit the 3, so I apologize for that. But even at the 4s, that's a great entry point. So, shout out to people who basically got in on that. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this particular brief update in regards to Jasmy. That was pretty cool to see that, to say the least, and it's encouraging because it gives you a little brief taste of how this could be something really, really big. Now, if you're in Japan and you see the sky lit up like that, wouldn't you want to take notice to find out what in the world that is? If it's all about adoption, well, word of mouth spreads like wildfire. So that's today's update, everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And by all means, check us out every single day of the week, Monday through Friday for myself. Weekends is usually Larry. But today, on Monday, check us out at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific for Utility Talk Now. Me and my co-host for the day, which is Sean the Crypto Smith. And I specifically want to give him a shout out real quick. So just bring it up real quick. My bad. And he did a recent Jasmy video, and I want to draw your attention to it real quick because he did a really, really good job with it. He has a B-roll, the whole 9 yards. So I'm gonna show that to you guys, just kind of like the thumbnail real quick, and then of course we'll end this. I should just did that earlier, but here he is. Please give him a subscription, or at least check out his video if you feel like he needs to earn it. But yeah, I was really excited to see him recently cover this. He posted this 12 hours ago. It says Jasmy is taking the game from big data, and he really brings his own take, if you will, when it comes to that. Did a really good job. So I mean, if you're just coming into Jasmy and you want to learn a little bit more, or you want to hear his particular take in regards to that, by all means, take a look into it. Of course, I've done my original deep dive. But yeah, check him out. That was basically 12 hours ago and so on. And it's not like a super long video. It's only about 16 minutes. So check it out if you got the time. That's it for now. And if anything, guys, we will be back here soon with another particular Jasmy deep dive. You're not going to want to miss that one. Over and out for now. Have a blessed night, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.